I was competing in high school for a long time, but I don't think I really was okay with losing. I was a sore loser for all of my 20s, for all of in my teen years as well. I think losing and failing kind of correlates with taking risks, and so I just don't think I took enough risks in my 20s. So I'll say that that's probably because I was afraid of failing. So failing more and taking more risks is something that I would tell my younger self to do.
Hey everyone, Stage 2 in here. I'm here with Evil Genius's head coach Potter. So, first off, you've had some time off after kickoff. So I just wanted to ask you, what were you up to the past month?
For the past month, we've been practicing a lot. Right after kickoff, we felt like we just did not show our best selves at all. And so while it was really fresh in our minds, we came back and went right back into practice. There was a lot of 10-7s and 11-7s where we had advantages and we just completely failed. So we wanted us to all face our weaknesses and artificially build that trust and synergy at first. And I think we accomplished that over the last couple of weeks. But we did get a week and a half off. It was just the timing was a little bit off. But yeah, and then so I went back home. Went fishing. My brother, I'm a new aunt. My niece is a year and a half. The whole family dynamic has actually changed back at home. It's just all of our lives revolve around this little human that's growing. So it's amazing.
Well, that's awesome. When were a boy, girl, or
girl? Yeah, her name's Raya.
Raya? When was she? She was born like during the break?
No. She was born July 4th last year.
Oh.
Yeah. So now she can actually do human things. She's like a tiny human. Yeah. Before she was just an infant, barely sleeping, 18 hours a day. But now she's doing a little babbling baby talk, and it's pretty cool.
What's that like being an aunt? Is this the same brother that bought you the boat and stuff like that? No, my brother bought a boat recently. He just bought his dream. He just bought his boat, and it happens to be my dream boat. Oh, yeah. And so he bought his boat. So now we each have our own boats, but his is much, much nicer than mine. But yeah, I what was your question? What's it like being a new aunt? Or Yeah. What's it like being an aunt? Because you're talking about how it's all our lives are shifted around being around this one little human, right? Raya.
Yeah. It's amazing. I'm not very good at talking to babies. I had a conversation with my brother. At first, my plan was to just talk to her like another adult. I thought that would be interesting to have a family member do that for her. But then she's so cute that you can't do that. Like the baby voice comes out, and but yeah, it's interesting. Just seeing new discoveries through her eyes. It's really cool.
Mm-hmm. That's actually really cool, and that's a fun little update and everything, where it's your first time in this new role. Do you feel like it was also just a nice little step back from Potter, and then just being able to go and be like, I'm also a person outside of Valor and stuff?
Yeah, for sure. I think it was, I don't remember, but I kind of enjoyed having my double life in high school and when I was working and gaming and having the escape of I play video games professionally whenever I go home, but then I'm a normie outside of it. So I like the grounding break that I get. The conversations that my brother and my sister-in-law have and my mom have is just so different. So yeah, it's a really nice just break.
Yeah. It seems like that. You kind of catch me as someone that really does well from having some pockets to separate and just really reflect, so that when you come back to your work, you're recharged and kind of have just a renewed mindset towards things. Do you kind of agree with that?
100%. It's interesting having your passion or your hobby become your passion, then it become your career. because you don't have a break. I don't have there's no balance, work-life balance when that happens, right? It's you love what you do, and so you're doing it 24/7. So yeah, it's nice to force yourself to kind of step away for a second.
Mm-hmm. It's been about 2 years since we spoke to each other. It's 2023, and I think I spoke to you pre-winning champs as well. So, post champs, you were kind of just talking a little bit about that separation before, but then it's harder to do that. Now, what have the past 2 years been like ever since winning champs? Is it just things are just a lot busier for you with like media things and just people reaching out and talk to you? Like, what's it been like after 2023, where your name's like up there as like one of the top coaches in Valorant?
It's a good question. Not much has changed, honestly, for me, because I've been in esports for so long. And winning champions was life-changing. It was absolutely life-changing. But I've been through those ropes before. I've won before. I've lost before. And I've always kind of treated it the same as far as my approach to it. So not much has changed for me, to be honest, besides getting recognized a lot more, which is amazing. When I go out to lunch with my mom, for some reason, every time I'm with her, somebody will come up and ask for a picture and things like that. So it's very nice. It's very nice. But as far as everything else, it's the same for me.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's awesome to hear. And it's cool to see that evolution of everything, because I still remember when you were a player in COG, and then you had first dipped into casting for CSGO or, like analyst work. Is there a moment that you really look back on very fondly from those days when you were a player balancing school and just everyday tasks? Because back then you couldn't really do this as your main thing,
Yeah. I mean, fond memories. Yeah, if I were to have to do it now, I would hate it. But I have so many memories of us sleeping on. There was one event we went to, one of the mattresses. We only had one room for 5 of us and 2 queen mattresses, but one of them was just not it. It was just not working. So all 5 of us slept lengthwise on the queen mattress. So we didn't sleep. Normally we slept lengthwise, or the widthwise, so that we can all 5 fit on the bed. And I have a lot of memories like that of us just grinding it out. Yeah, those are a lot of fond memories, and just the bonds that you make in competing. Those are relationships that I still have to this day. So that's amazing. And really just when you're working with people, and I tell my players this today, those are life skill sets that you're going to use and move on. And you might not know it, but those are skill sets that you're going to use later on as well. So just working with your peers and being a high performer, it's a lot of things that translates outside of gaming as well. So it's fun.
Nice. Well, my final question to you is, I closed out our other interviews like this before. Now that you're in this space now in 2025, world champion, more years experience. So, your brother has your dream boat, but sorry, I don't know why I mentioned that, but it's basically just, if you were to send a message back to your old Christine back then, what would that message be? Would that message change from when I asked you back in 2023, or is it still always the same?
I wasn't prepared for this question. It has changed. It has changed. I don't remember what I told you it was in 23.
Let me help you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said it was going to be hard, but it's going to be worth it in the end. Take things step by step, and then it'll be okay. Just put some trust into your process, and then you're going to do great things. Kind of along the lines of that.
What would I tell my younger self? I would say, this is something that I've I've said before, so I guess it doesn't change, but taking more risks. Taking more risks and really being okay with failing. I was competing in high school for a long time, but I don't think I really was okay with losing. I was a sore loser for all of my 20s, for all of in my teen years as well. I think losing and failing kind of correlates with taking risks, and so I just don't think I took enough risks in my 20s. So I'll say that that's probably because I was afraid of failing. So failing more and taking more risks is something that I would tell my younger self to do.
Nice, awesome. I actually have a final question. I actually remember that you liked fishing, so it's really not good, but I quickly drew you fishing.
What the fuck?
And all that.
Show the camera your art.
All right, fine. All right.
Please.
This fishing is bad. Like, all right, that's hang on. We got that there. Where's the focus? Oh, there we go. Yeah.
The camera doesn't even like it.
Yeah. No, I think it's sick. No. I'll draw your brother's dream boat right there too.